Greetings, brothers and sisters. I hope you're well. It is the 9th of March, Saturday the 9th of March 2019, 12:09. Candy, I see you. Organic DNA, I see you. Greetings. And I'm just grateful to be alive. Over 300,000 people didn't wake up this morning. So the only thing that I can feel is just gratitude and nothing more. That's the only thing that we all have in common, isn't it? We're alive. That's the only thing that separates us from the dead. So let's just be grateful for life, no matter what we're going through in life. The topic of today is fibroids. Why females get fibroids. Come to our female health event. Link in bio. It's a very important subject, because if the female's body isn't up to par, isn't spick and span, isn't working to the highest efficiency, then unfortunately we are all on this planet Earth at risk, because men don't give birth to women, nor do men give birth to men. Women give birth to women, and women give birth to men with the help of the man. So because of that common sense right there, we must help the woman and put the woman back on her throne where she belongs. Because when we help the women, automatically we're helping ourselves. Okay? Can't make the event. Anybody that won't be able to make the event, you'll be able to watch the event on our website. But the only way you'll be able to watch that event is if you subscribe to our page. Okay? I'll show you the subscription page. This is our subscription page. This is the people's package. Okay? You can pay monthly or you can pay for the year. All our content will be now going to our website. This is the members only page. Alright? You click on recipes, you'll be forwarded to recipes. You click on lectures, you're forwarded to lectures. Click on discussions, you're forwarded to discussions, podcasts, exercise, images, and so on. So we're formulating a hub, an information hub, where people can come and get access to information when they please, as they please. Do you understand? I think this is the best way, because we can't keep answering all the questions in the world over Instagram and over Facebook and over all these avenues. You understand what I'm saying to you? We can't keep doing that. So we have to put all the information into one place, and that is our subscription page. Okay? Go to eattolivenottoDie.com and you'll be able to sign up to our subscription page. Also, our female health event. If you're not aware of it, you need to be aware, because it's very important that we help the females. Again, like I said, once we help the female, we're automatically helping ourselves. If they are at risk, we are at risk. They give birth to every person on this planet Earth came through the womb of a woman. I don't care what your relationship is with your mother, but everybody on the planet has a mother, and we just have to respect that and that alone. Some women, some females in this world, some people will say is not qualified to be this and not qualified to be that, and she's hurtful and she's this and there's no time to complain or point the finger at nobody. Everyone is sick. So we just need to try our best to help one another reach the goals that we want to reach. But it first has to start with the women and the children. Because number one, how are we going to teach the children? The children are going to have to come to our classes or come to the lessons or need to be brought by the women. They need to be brought by the women, the parents. So we need to get to the parents first. We also have we got hair oils. We have hair oils. A lot of people have issues with the hair. This is called Hair for Life. It contains botana and olive oil. Botana and olive oil are two ingredients that closely resemble each other on a biochemistry scale. When you look at it from biochemistry, they're closely related. Anything that you can put in your hair, you have to be able to put on your skin, because your hair and your head and your skin is the same thing. You can't separate your body and your head. It's impossible, but people do it every day. They use one different cream for their head, a different cream for their body, a different shampoo for their head, a different substance for the body. It doesn't make no sense. Do you understand me? It doesn't make no sense. So we need to understand those types of things. So the hair oil helps to even skin tone out. It removes blemishes, it removes stretch marks, it allows the hair to grow, it reverses the effects of grey hairs. It goes into the pores of the head, because the pores on the head are the biggest pores of the body. So it goes in there and it removes mucus. That's what the hair oil does. It's called Hair for Life. Also available at eattolivenottodie.com. Now, we also have information books on the subject of fibroids, on the subject of garlic, on the subject of so many different things. So this is something that we all need to have as well. If you're out and about and you don't know what to eat, and you always want to cross-reference to see what you can eat, we have a pocket nutritional guide which has all of the foods that Dr. Sebi recommends us to eat. What we have done at Eat to Live Not to Die, we have put them in picture form, and we have also named what the herb does. Do you get what I mean? So, for example, if you're someone that eats wild rice, which is wild rice here, you know that wild rice helps to increase muscle mass. It helps you to lose weight. It aids digestion, and it's just anti-aging. So every single fruit, veg, nut, seed has a purpose for the human body. Do you understand? Has a purpose for the human body, and it's essential that we have this on us when we're out and about. You know, just to share with friends and family. It even has a few recipes in there as well. So yes, onto the subject of fibroids. Such a touchy subject. It's such a serious subject as well. We're going to go deeper into it at our Females Health event. Definitely. Okay, so what is fibroids? What is fibroids? What should we answer first? How is fibroids? Yeah, how does fibroids come about? How does fibroids get into the body? Well, when a woman, right, has been drinking cow's milk from when she was born, and when a woman has been consuming all kinds of substances that are unnatural, starch, meat, tofu, potatoes, cakes, custard, oats, ice cream, cheese. When a woman eats all these substances, 25 years of her life eating these substances, 25 years of her life, 26 years, 27 years. Some women's been eating these things 60 years, 80 years. But now it's getting worse. Females at 16, 12 are now getting fibroids, and now having their uteruses cut out and them things there. Doctors telling them they'll never be able to have children at 16, even younger, 12, 11, 10, I've heard it. So when a woman eats these things, this is what happens. The mucus starts to build up. The mucus starts to build up in the uterus. All of this is the eggs, is the bacon, is the meat. It grows, it grows, it grows like a child. It grows inside of you. over the amounts of years that you eat the garbage, when you're consuming all of that processed food, when you're consuming all of that dead carcass that we call flesh, blood, bacon, beef, shrimp. A lot of females love shrimp. They love prawns. They think that they're getting away from eating meat by eating prawns. There's only prawns. Prawns are the bottom feeders of the planet Earth. Prawns are the scavengers of the ocean. So is likewise crabs and lobster. Do you understand? Like bottom feeders, ocean. Where are they? These are bottom feeders. You know, a lot of us like to eat crayfish and these things. You know, these are all the bottom feeders of the ocean. They're not helping us. These are the things that's creating the tumors. You know, these are the things that get into our bodies and grow cysts. When you eat these things, it doesn't go away. You know, it doesn't go away. There's people on the internet now that's eating lobster and crabs in front of cameras. Do you get what I mean? And like it's going to another level. It's going to another level. So when females are eating and drinking milk, these are the types of things that's inside of her growing. You're feeding the fibroids. You're feeding the cyst. Look at how big these can get. And you know, when females, a lot of females in this world, they have like a lot of females in this world, yeah, they're bloated in this area. In this area is where the female's bloated. Okay? Look. Hold up. Because this is a serious subject. Gotta get into it properly. Alright. Brothers and sisters, this is my stomach. Okay? This is my stomach here. Right? Females get bloated down here. Have you ever seen a female a bit bloated in this area? This is not your stomach. This is not the female's stomach. Okay? Your stomach is not here. The stomach is located in the same area in the male and the female. So when you're bloated down there, what do you think that is? Do you understand? Don't get scared. Don't get scared. There's no time for fear. Fear is debilitating. Fear is a disease. Fear is the reason why you're not going to walk through that door that leads to a bright tomorrow. Don't do it. Don't fear nothing. All you have to do when information comes to you that you might not understand and that might make you think like, rah, he might be right, just start doing the steps to start bettering your life. That's it. That is all it is. So the fibroids grow. The fibroids grow inside of you. You don't know they're growing in you. You're only 10 years old. You're only 10 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old. You're just living your life. You're going partying. You're with your friends. You're going out with your family. You know, you're going to work. You know, you're going shopping with your children. You know, you're living life. You're doing your thing. But they're growing inside of you. The fibroid starts to grow inside of you. And one day, you go to the doctors because you feel uneasy. You feel pain, pelvic pain. Periods are heavy. And then the doctor has to say, oh, sorry, you have fibroids. Oh, sorry, you have endometriosis. And then you're like, oh, and you break down. But But if you went to the doctor on a Friday and he told you that you had fibroids on Friday, come on, do you really think that you didn't have fibroids on the Thursday or the Wednesday or the Tuesday or the Monday? Let's think. Be real. When you're diagnosed with fibroids, you've had that fibroids forever. You've had it since the day it began. That could have been 10 years. That could have been 8 years. That could have been 64 years. That could have been any amount of years. But does every woman suffer fibroids in the same way? No. Why? Because Shaniqua, she might not have ever ate bacon or lamb in her life. And she's 25. She only ate fish. So her fibroids might not be as great as Bianca's fibroids, because Bianca was eating all the animals on the earth. She was eating everything she could eat. Do you understand? So her fibroids might be bigger than Shaniqua's fibroids. Now, when we go to let's say Cindy. When Cindy finds out she has fibroids, maybe she didn't eat what Shaniqua or Bianca ate. Maybe she ate just starchy things. She was a vegetarian, but she ate a lot of things that was starchy though. So she has the bit of fibroids. But fibroids can start off the size of a grain of rice or quinoa, and they grow bigger and bigger and bigger the older you get. That is it. And there's no knife in this world that is going to cut out a fibroid. Now, when I say that, your mind might be saying, hold on, no, but I cut mine out though, and the doctor cut hers out that other time, and no, it will grow back. Because the doctor's not telling you that you need to stop eating garbage. The doctor's there to do his job, open you up and give you chemicals. That is it. That's his job. Do you feel me? So we have to understand that there's no knife in this world that is going to cut out a fibroid. How are you going to do it? You need to melt it. You must melt the fibroid. You must melt the cyst that is building up inside of you. It might not take 1 day. It might not take 5 days. It might not take 5 weeks. And it might not take 6 months. But you need to change your diet, because you can't see it, can you? You have to go to the doctor so he can open you up, put a camera inside of you so you can look at your fibroid. Are you going to want to check out what size your fibroid is every 2 months? Go get a slice inside of you, and then put a camera inside of you just to go check out if there's a fibroid in you all the time? No. You have to change your diet. You have to change your diet. I'm only saying that because a lot of females say to me, how will I know if the fibroid is gone? How will I know if the fibroid disappears? How can you know? That's why it's good. Look, how do you know how black your lungs are? You stopped smoking 5 years ago. How do you know how black your lungs are? Type into Google, lungs that smokers' lungs. How do you know what color your lungs are? How do you know what size inflammation is inside of your stomach? How do you know if there's parasites still in your brain because you ate pork? How do you know? Nobody knows nothing. So the best thing for you to do is forget about knowing, change your life completely. Do you know what I mean? It's like saying, how do I balance being a good person? You know, like, no, just be good. Just be good. Oh, how do I know if that person's gonna say yes? You don't know. Just go ask the question. You don't know anything. No one knows anything. So don't worry about knowing whether the fibroids is gone or not, because it will eventually disappear. You can't put no countdown or timer on nature. Everything just happens naturally and gradually. Everything happens naturally and gradually. Okay? When the sun comes up, it comes up gradually. When the moon is turning into a full moon, it's happening gradually. When the sun descends, it's happening gradually. When you're performing intercourse, that all happens gradually. You don't rush that. When your hair is growing, it's growing slowly. It's growing naturally. It's growing, it's taking its time. Everything in life is a gradual process. Fruits start from the grain of a fonio grain, and it slowly turns into a big avocado, slowly turns into a big coconut, slowly turns in. So everything happens gradually. Nothing is instant, and there's no timing on it. Mother Nature is right on time. The universe is working in your favor at all times. Never forget that. So if you just abide by the laws of nature, which is the herbs are for healing, and your fruit shall be the meat, and the leaves are medicine. If you abide by the laws of nature, you'll be all right. I promise you. But obviously, there's a lot of women out there you just can't do. You can't just stop eating pork. You can't just stop eating sweets, having sweet things, because that's your comfort. That brings a serenity to life. It's almost like these foods that you enjoy, that you're addicted to, it's like it brings a contentment, a peace. Like out of all the hardships of life, when you eat the food that you love so dearly, it brings this calming state to you. Because it's a drug. It's crack. It's like crack cocaine. It's worse than crack cocaine. Go and look at my last post. Sugar, period, are natural sugar, not fruit sugars from mangoes and soursops. And natural sugars are starch, and you're addicted to starch. And if you're addicted to starch, it's worse than being addicted to crack cocaine. So I understand why women or certain females cannot stop eating the foods that they're addicted to. But unfortunately, I'm so sorry to tell you that until you stop eating these foods, you will continue to suffer. I'm sorry. You will continue to suffer. And some women have told me, and some men have told me, yeah, then I'd rather just die. I'd rather just die then, because you can't take that away from me. You can't take that away from me. You can't take away my chicken. I couldn't do it. You can't take away my lamb. And then you complain about headaches, you complain about skin problems, and then you complain about stomach problems, and then you complain about feet problems, and then you complain about uterus problems, and then you complain about kidney problems. You're complaining, and when you're complaining, you're blaming everything except what you're putting into your mouth. How could you do that? You have everything to say about why you're suffering headaches and migraines and, this and that. You're not putting any of the blame or looking towards the food that you're putting in your vessel on a daily basis, 4 times a day sometimes. So if you're not eating these foods, brothers and sisters, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time changing your life. You're going to live a painful life. I'm trying to live a painless life. Life with as less pain as possible. But some people are living a life full of pain. That's called a painful life. You don't want that. I don't want that for you. I know you don't want that for yourself. You don't want that for your children. So try your best. Do your best with what you have. We're all in this melting pot together. It's not our faults that we're addicted to these things. You understand me? There's no point blaming anybody, but you have the power now, because you have the knowledge now. It's all in you. Do you understand? Let me see if there's any questions. We said we've seen that one already. Some people walk around and don't even know they have these things. What would you suggest I want to do a health scan to check my body. Yeah, you could do a health scan to check your body. That's fine. When you get the knowledge and understand, your body will begin to not want it, because God Jehovah knows best. but we must listen and expect it to obey, just like you are speaking. God is speaking through you, so people must listen to what you are saying to be or become healthier. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Fabulosa. I appreciate that fully. I appreciate that fully. You know, like, at the end of the day, yeah, at the end of the day, all I can do is help, innit? There's nothing else I can do. All I can do is help. And I feel that in life, you can either be part of the problem or you can be part of a solution. And over here at Eat to Live Not to Die, we feel like we have the solution. And the solution is, like she said, obeying, being obedient to the laws of nature. Because when you're disobedient, you suffer. Remember, attachment is the route to self-destruction. I repeat, attachment is the route to self-destruction. If you're attached to anything, persons, places, or things, if you're attached to any of those things, you will suffer. Because when that thing disappears, when your man doesn't love you no more, or when your girl doesn't love you no more, or when you can't get this food no more, when you can't have this no more, you get angry. You get angry. Some people, when they leave people, they get angry. They want to hurt the person that they say that they love because they want to leave them. So that attachment has built up aggression and violence in you. Do you understand? Even with food, you tell someone about their food, about the food that they're eating is bad, they want to attack you. They don't want to be a friend no more. They want to. They even and I'm not talking about just your friends, your family. Your mum could do it to you. Your dad could do it to you. Just because you're telling them to stop eating certain foods, they're trying to alienate you and push you away and call you crazy and tell. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we should remove ourselves from this attachment. But it's hard, again, like I said, because through the food-wise attachments, we're addicted. The only way for you to come off of that addiction is to make slow steps. If you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, no, if you take 3 steps forward and 3 steps back, have you progressed? No. But if you take 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, have you progressed? Yes. So don't worry about it's hard and I can't find the foods and I don't know what to do. Take baby steps. We are here to help. There's people that live 5 minutes from a market that has foods that they can eat, that they can buy, but they don't want to go. They don't want to be curious and see. And there's people that live 2-hour drives away and they come to get the food. So you need to place your value on your life, because your life is the most important thing. The women, the females out here nowadays are suffering. I've seen the most beautiful, oh my God, I've seen the most beautiful, voluptuous women in this world suffering from the worst kinds of fibroids, from endometriosis, like uterus problems. Not even just uterus problems, abdominal problems. Do you understand? Because disease, it doesn't matter whether you're beautiful, ugly in some people's eyes, thin, skinny, white, black, Chinese, Asian, tall, short. It doesn't matter who you are, you will suffer. Do you think disease discriminates? Disease ain't got time for discrimination. A 3-year-old girl is gonna get it. If disease wants that 3-year-old, disease is going to get that 3-year-old. The same with a 53-year-old and a 73-year-old. Disease does not discriminate. If it's your time, it's your time. And when that disease comes, it's time for you to change. But if you don't change, you will begin to suffer. You will continue to suffer. And the worst thing that could ever happen is death. That's it. But before death, the saddest thing is that before death, you're going to live a painful life. Imagine living life in pain until you die. That's what makes people commit suicide. That's what makes people grumpy. That's what makes people angry. That's what makes people lash out, because they're sick. You're hurting inside. It's one area of your body, your back, your stomach, your legs, your neck, your head, wherever it is, you're in pain. So it brings frustration in life. Please, brothers and sisters, especially sisters, change. Change is the only thing in the universe that is constant. It's the only thing that is constant is change. And if you don't want to change, everything else will change around you. And you'll be forced to change. Because this alkaline lifestyle right now, that is the lifestyle, or that is the diet that we all need to be on right now. There's no if, buts, or maybes. I respect the vegans. I respect the vegetarians. But this is the next level. Alkalinity is the next level. It is the level. It's the level. We need to all jump on it. We need to get on that bandwagon. Because when that bandwagon starts to move, you'll be left behind. And when I say left behind, you'll be left behind with diabetes, left behind with breast cancer, left behind with gout, left behind with uterus problems and what's it called, prostate problems and all kinds of problems. You'll be left behind. Some will perish. Some will have their foot amputated. Some will have their eyes gone. Some will have their stomachs gone. Some will have their heart. You will just be left behind. You understand? So I don't know what else I could say. I'm gonna see if there's any more questions and then keep it moving. Please listen, people. Giving testimony so true. This has happened to me with my very own family. One life at a time. I'm seeing this with my very own eyes, my family. Yes, so that is it. That's all I have to share with you today, brothers and sisters. Try to make it down to our Females Health event. You know, tell a friend, to tell a mother, to tell a sister, to tell a brother, to tell a daughter. Just tell someone, even if you can't come, pass it on, because we need to heal the female. She gives birth to every single human being on this planet, including herself, with the help of the man. So we must help her. We must help her. We have to. Men have been ruling this world for how long? And what have we done? What have we done? We've done nothing. It's worse. We need to put the women back into the positions of power. The people in the positions of power today, they're not powerful. It's the mothers. Because the people in the position of power came out of the female. Every human being, good or bad, came out of the female. So if that is true, then the female is the most powerful. So we need to put her back in that position. But it starts with health. Yes, environment, who you grow up with, the places you go, the things you see, you know, the advertisements on buses and trains, you know, the so many things, other things outside of that. Yes, I understand. But number one is the food. Let's get that right first and foremost. Okay? I'm listening to you cooking chickpeas, watching Black Panthers, multitasking. Yes, Juliana, I see you. I want to try the chickpeas but don't know how to cook them. You just soak the chickpeas, buy the raw chickpeas, soak them overnight, and then you just boil your water, put the chickpeas in it, cover the pot, wait for about 20 minutes, and that's it. Maybe 30 minutes, just cook it until it's soft, and it's done. So thank you, brothers and sisters, for lending me your eyes and your ears, or maybe just your ears. Change is here. The truth is here. Okay? I wish you nothing but knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and eternal happiness.